Good morning, Technical Comprehension. This video is for Monday, April 20th. We are at the beginning of week 14, which means we are almost done, which I know is very exciting and a relief. So this video will be fairly short because we're kind of wrapping things up at this point. So as a reminder, due tonight, I assigned this last week, but due tonight for week 13 attendance, is your Chapter 10 vocabulary quiz and Chapter 10 text sheet. So if you go into your Chapter 10 folder, you'll see your Chapter 10 completed study guide there for your assistance. And then there is the quiz and the Dropbox, both in the same place. And then the text sheet is right here and the Dropbox is underneath that. So again, that is due tonight, Monday, April 20th, and that helps me take week 13 attendance. So please be working and submitting those, and then hopefully that'll finish you up there. Chapter 10 is our last chapter in the textbook, so that really wraps up text sheets and individual vocabulary quizzes. Now, as I mentioned in a video last week, your Chapter 6 through 10 vocabulary test is open this week. So I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom, and you'll see I have that 6 through 10 vocabulary folder. And right here is your 6 through 10 study guide. I uploaded that last week and talked about that in a previous video. But when you open that up, you'll see that I already have it all completed for you. So you can kind of take a look at the words, make sure you're comfortable with them, refresh your memory on what a lot of those words mean, since some of them, Chapter 6, were from several weeks ago. But then right below it is your Chapter 6 through 10 vocabulary test. So you'll open that up, and this is going to work just like your quizzes have been working. You'll open it up into a document, and then you'll type right in there, or as some of you have been preferring to do, print it off, write it, and then take pictures or whatever works. So part A is short answers, so make sure that you're answering all parts of the question. So for instance, part 5, or question 5, says, describe a time when you were dumbfounded. What happened? So just make sure that you address all parts of the questions. The rest are pretty straightforward. So again, on part A, you are not just writing down, dissipate means to. No, it's asking you, what is something that has dissipated? So you're answering the question, which demonstrates your knowledge of the word. Part B is the correct or incorrect, and it tells you right in there. 2 of them are correct the way they are written, so make sure you only have the word correct written twice. So go through, and you want to keep the underlined words the same. Keep the underlined words the same and change the sentence just a little bit. So for instance, on this first one, because his support for the proposal was waning, he voted in favor of it. Well, just kind of a heads up, that's incorrect, but I don't even need to write the word incorrect there. I don't need to write that. I just rewrite the sentence. Because his support for the proposal was waning, he voted against it. So that's how I would go about correcting that one. So I kind of did that first one for you just to show you that you don't have to say, no, waning means to go down. No, you rewrite the sentence to demonstrate the correct usage of the word. And that's what you'll do for the rest as well. And remember, 2 of them are correct as written. And then part C is just fill in the blank. So make sure that you just put your correct word in the blank for that part. Okay, when you're done, just save it, and then you'll go back in, and then you'll click on the area, and then you'll see it is due in week 15, because this is going to help me take week 14 attendance. It's due Monday, April 27th. So please make sure you submit that by Monday, April 27th. You'll just browse your computer, drop it in there, and then you'll have your Chapter 6 through 10 vocabulary test, and that'll kind of start wrapping up. Now, if anyone remembers, we talked about AccuPlacer, and AccuPlacer was a way to test out of the next reading class. Because the college is closed and because we don't have access, you do not have to take AccuPlacer. Now, there are some of you who may be like, well, I was really hoping to test out of the next class. We're going to give you options to take that in the fall before the fall semester starts. So if you are thinking, I think I have the ability to really test out of critical analysis, talk to me, send me an email. I'll put your name on a list of students who are going to be interested in taking that closer to fall semester, because we just don't have the ability right now. They're suspending all AccuPlacer, like entrance exams and things like that. So even though AccuPlacer was on the syllabus originally, you are not taking it as part of this class. It's deleted, not part of your requirements any longer. All right, so a couple other things. Your mastery skills assessment. So if we go into mastery skills, again, all of your skills are open, and most of your skills have videos that accompany them. So please utilize those to your advantage. These are due this week, everyone. Friday, April 24th, your mastery skills are due. All 9 skills need to be completed. Average of 80% or higher. That does not mean every single skill has to have an 80 or higher, but overall average needs to have an 80 or higher, which hopefully with the assistance of my videos, that won't be too big of an issue. Last thing that will kind of finish up the course is your final project. Now, you do not have to send me anything before it's due. It's due April 29th, but you are welcome to send me a rough draft or questions or anything you want me to look at. I emailed each of you individually your strengths and weaknesses. I took a photo of it from the beginning of the semester because you will use that to help you finish your part 1 of your final project. So here's part 1. You're just kind of coming up with that new list, new strengths and weaknesses, and then a summary. I go over this in the previous video, but real quickly. Part 2 is your vocabulary, where you're coming up with 2 words from each chapter for a total of 20 and writing sentences, original sentences, and synonyms, pictures, or examples. Part 3 is your scholarly article. You are just going to send me a link or the attachment of what article you chose. And this is the big revised part, just why scholarly articles are important in general, how you can use them, why you should read them. Part 4 is your learning strategy you've used, a paragraph telling me about what you've used throughout the semester to help you be a better reader, better test taker, better vocabulary, whatever. Part 5 is your graded test or quiz in 1 paragraph. Kind of look at these questions to help you. You don't have to answer every single question. And then part 6 is just, is it all done? So that is due, and it's probably just going to be in 1 Word document, 1 running Word document. You'll be able to submit it right in here. I will have a Dropbox for your final project open soon, due April 29th. So again, that is coming up very soon. So as a recap, tonight, Chapter 10 vocabulary quiz and text sheet for week 13 attendance. Please be submitting those. Due Monday, April 27th is your Chapter 6 through 10 vocabulary test for week 14 attendance. No AccuPlacer tests at all this semester. We've scrapped it, but if you feel like you could take it because you want to try to test out of critical analysis, the second reading course that all students have to take, let me know. I can put you on a list so that you can take that come fall, hopefully when we're reopen again for face-to-face. Mastery skills are due Friday, April 24th, and your final project is due April 29th. All right, I will touch base with you again later this week. Bye.